As we all know, our metropolitan area is made up of several communities, all with their own history and personalities. George Mitchell developed the Woodlands to entice city slickers looking for far-flung suburban quality of life. It was built with groundbreaking ideas like incorporating homes, schools, and businesses into the native forest. It's not just a neighborhood in the burbs, it's also home to major corporations. Now, nestled in the development is an amazing outdoor amphitheater, the Cynthia Mitchell Pavilion. It opened in 1990 and is routinely ranked as one of the top 10 outdoor amphitheaters in the world. Joining us with great performances you can enjoy for free this summer is Lane Harper. Good morning.
Good morning.
All right, before getting to those free concerts, which everyone will want to know about, just a little bit about the history. George and Cynthia Mitchell both really appreciated the arts.
They did. It was Cynthia's dream to bring to the Woodlands a community center where people could have access to the arts, whether that be through education, free performances, or concerts.
Yeah.
So that's kind of where the Pavilion was born from.
And it started as the summer home of the Houston Symphony.
It did. The symphony, we say they summer here because a lot of our free performances are put on by the symphony.
Yeah, so they wanted a place where people who lived in the Woodlands would not have to drive all the way into Houston for, but also a place where people wouldn't mind driving from Houston proper into the Woodlands for.
Right, because it's just such a different environment. It's an outdoor amphitheater, we have a lawn, so it's just a change from like the Toyota Center.
Yeah, and it has grown over the years. Seating at first was about 3,000, now 6,500 covered seats, 16,000 and a half seating, and the large lawn as well. So it has a mix of ways that you can sit and enjoy things.
Absolutely. We have people who love to just come buy a lawn ticket, bring a blanket, and sit up there and enjoy the show.
Yeah, also driving up when you see it, you're like, oh, we're here, because you see those big white awnings, which are great for acoustics, they're great for shade.
They are, and they're just our iconic peaks. Like, that's just what we're known as.
Yeah. All right, the opening lineup, the first night it opened, Frank Sinatra and the Houston Symphony.
Yes, it doesn't get much better than that.
Right. A variety of A-list entertainers since then. Elton John, Cher, Tina Turner, Sting, Ozzy Osbourne. You can see the variety there. And I remember interviewing Parker McCullum once, and he said it was so cool because he graduated from high school at Cynthia Woods, and then he said he came back a few years later, and he was doing concerts, and right now still holds the record for the most paid tickets for a country artist.
Yes, Parker, we love when Parker comes back and plays his hometown shows. So he's a College Park boy, and he walked across the stage for graduation.
That is so cool. And I remember several years ago, Chicago came to town and we interviewed them. And I played the flute and piccolo when I was in junior high school, and I said I was walking around school, just kept playing Color My World. Do 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 do. He goes, "Can you still do it?" I think so. He goes, "Can you do it tonight?" I was like, okay.
Oh, yeah.
Right, yeah. All right. That free event series, because again, that's one of the things that George and Cynthia wanted. It was obviously those things that we pay for. We'll all pay for a great ticket for great entertainment, but they also wanted to make way for what you just said, educational pieces and just things that were entertaining. So you offer free events throughout the year. It includes family shows, cultural performances, educational programming, and part of the mission is to make the arts accessible to everyone. All right. Upcoming free events. Music of Journey.
Yes, so actually this Wednesday, June 17th, the Houston Symphony is partnering with Windborne Music to bring us the music of Journey. So we kind of have a saying at the Pavilion that rock pays for Bach. So that's like our contemporary shows help us offer these
shows.
Free classical shows. So this is our Rock Meets Bach, where we have music of Journey accompanied by the Houston Symphony, and it's completely free to come see.
And that is so cool. I remember when the Symphony started doing this not too long ago, and it was, we know them for playing their classical music, which is beautiful, and I love classical music.
Yes.
But you bring in more people when you have a bigger variety of music. So you see a number of these events where the Houston Symphony is playing all kinds of music.
Yes.
And like you said, rock pays for Bach.
Yes.
All right. The Princess Bride in concert.
Yes, so that's next Tuesday. We're going to stream The Princess Bride, the full movie, and the Houston Symphony is going to accompany the soundtrack completely live. So movie scores, it's all classical music, so they'll be playing the score live, also free, and it's a cult classic. Everybody loves The Princess Bride.
Yeah, and you start to appreciate when you have that music in those movies. Ever take a movie and get rid of the music to it, and it's just not as dramatic.
No,
Nothing's
it's
as
boring.
Dramatic,
Yeah.
Yeah. So, but when you watch it with a live symphony orchestra, it is just amazing.
Yes.
I know they've done that with a number of different projects, but I ran to a couple people recently who said they had never seen a symphony orchestra live before.
Oh, goodness.
It is a whole different
They're
feeling.
missing out. Yeah.
Yeah, because you actually feel it in your bones.
You
All
do.
right. And then one coming up that's so apropos for this year, because we're celebrating our 250th anniversary, and this is the Star Spangled Salute.
Yeah, so we do it every year. It's our 4th of July celebration. This year it falls on Friday the 3rd of July. And so it's just patriotic fun, fanfares, the symphony's back. It's just, we do arts and crafts in the plaza beforehand. Everyone comes away with something red, white, and blue. And then, yeah, we just get to celebrate America's birthday. And then the Woodlands is full of fun 4th of July activities that weekend.
Yeah. I'm hearing in my ear right now, they're playing the Star Spangled Banner, and so the national anthem. So again, one of those things that you can hear it all the time, but when you hear a full symphony orchestra doing it, whole nother feeling.
Exactly.
All right, Move and Dance Encanto.
Yes, so this one is new for us. We used to do a lot of dance with our performances, but we're kind of trying to do more this year. So we're gonna stream the Encanto movie, and instead of being accompanied by an orchestra, we're gonna have Ballet Folklorico come and perform before, just to give some cultural experiences, showcase, art form through dance. So we're excited for that one.
Yeah, all right. And then Game On, a symphony of sport. Which
Yes.
sports is top of mind right now for a lot of people.
Right.
Yeah.
That's kind of why we themed it that way. So that is actually the Woodland Symphony is bringing that. So we have a hometown symphony. Daryl Baer is the conductor there, and he kind of created this program from scratch, and in honor of the World Cup and like Houston being a sports hub. And so think of any iconic classic sports fanfare that you can think of, and they're gonna whip it into a symphony show. So we're super excited for that one.
And if someone has not been to the Woodlands yet, first of all, it's not that far away. It's in a
It's
blink of an
not.
eye, but you feel like you got far away.
Yes.
And it just, everything changes.
It does. It's full of trees. It's called the Woodlands
Yeah,
for
right,
a reason.
right, the Woodlands, yeah.
Yes. And it's just cozy and comfortable, and we're a really tight-knit community over there.
And everywhere I go there, I feel like I'm just driving through the forest. I
Yes.
feel like Little Red Riding Hood. Just don't let me run into the big bad wolf. But
Exactly.
yeah, you're in the forest because everything is in there. And this, and as I mentioned earlier, they wanted to incorporate it seamlessly into nature, and they did such a great job of that. And home to, as we said, lots of people who just want to have a different kind of home life, but also home to a lot of major corporations as well, so they can actually live, work, and play there.
Exactly, and that's their slogan.
Thank you so much.
Thank you.
All right, the Cynthia Woods Mitchell Pavilion offers those free events year-round in the Woodlands, just about 45 minutes north of Houston proper, Houston downtown, I should say. To learn more about the events we covered today or to see their full schedule, visit their